it's massive. Anytime you got a game against a divisional opponent, it's a big deal. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to come away with a win yet against Houston and Jacksonville. So it's definitely important we get this win this week.
Tons of familiarity with this roster, but the first time you'll see the Titans without Derrick Henry. How different is this offense in general this year? Obviously, new head coach and all of that.
They got their head coach came from Cincinnati, so we had an opportunity to play against them last year. So obviously some a lot of similarities in the scheme that we played against. A lot of similar players that we played against. Obviously, Calvin was in Jacksonville, so we're familiar with him. D-Hop, and they got two talented running backs that we're very familiar with. So obviously, same faces, new places. That's typically how the league goes, but I feel confident about our plan going into it this week.
This defense has had the opportunity to go against your own guys, Joe Flacco, Anthony Richardson. How much does that help in preparation, not knowing right now whether it will be Mason Rudolph or Will Levis for them at quarterback?
To be honest with you, I don't know how much. First off, playing against Anthony, I feel like helps prepare us for the younger, athletic quarterbacks trend that's going in the league, and obviously Joe, just knowing so much football, he just makes us better. Just from a disguise, detail standpoint, just because of his experience. But I don't really see much difference between their offense with Mason and Levis. So really, regardless of who plays, we'll be okay either way.
How much are you looking for this matchup? We know how over the years, Mr. Irsay, he doesn't like losing, period, especially division games. But how much are you looking forward to this matchup against the Titans team down there?
Anytime you feel like you didn't play the way you want to, the quick cure is to get out there again. So honestly, just can't wait to get out there and prove ourselves again against the Titans. Knowing it's a big one, and we're down 2 in the division, so it's important we get this one on the road.
Z, how would you describe Monday's film session?
Not easy. Let me just say that. But that's how it's supposed to be. Just accountability throughout. And but at this point, there's no more apologies. Just change behavior. So we just got to be better, and that's what we will be. So.
Shane talked about you got to play 60 minutes. You got to go all the way to the end. When you look at your losses this year, they're close ones, and some of them are. Will there be a sense of urgency this week, especially going to the division game? You got to play the full game here to get it done.
Man, regardless of record or who you play in this league, every single game in the NFL comes down to the last drive, pretty much. Even though we beat Tennessee twice last year, but both of those games literally came down to the last play. So, that just speaks to the parity in the league and how good every team is, and how you have to, respect and honor each opponent, knowing that you're capable of being beat. But that's why the details of the week matter. So we just got to focus on winning Wednesday, then winning Thursday, then winning Friday, and then I'll show up on Sunday.
You can only do your job, but as one of the captains of this team, what do you challenge the rest of the defense on this week?
First and foremost is tackling. That's no secret on just the performance that we put on Sunday. We know we're better than that. We've played better than that. But for our defense, it's more about, who we going to be. Are we going to be, the defense that was stout against Pittsburgh and Chicago? Or are we going to be the defense that's just letting, people have career highs every week? So we got to make that decision internally together. And again, it's not about promises, it's about action. So
this is maybe a dumb question, but
no good question.
Where's the target line on attack for you guys on tackle? Like, I know you guys, are you aiming for the hip? Like, when we were supposed to put our face mask in the guy's chest. I know you're not supposed to do that anymore, but so what's the target line for you guys on tackle now?
When did you play?
Like 2004.
Nice, for sure. Look, bro, the reality of a situation is, there's techniques to a tackle. Let me say that. Obviously, you want to aim, between the shoulder and the knee. I guess that's a wide area, but the reality of a situation is sometimes it's just about getting the guy down. This is the NFL. You're playing against elite athletes in space, and it would be perfect if every tackle was just like the drills, and you could square somebody up and they ran right into you, and you could wrap and roll and get them down. But the reality of the situation is you playing elite athletes in space who don't want to go down. So I think, a lot of it is just relentlessness. A lot of it is effort from all 11 guys. Sometimes there's no such thing as a missed tackle if you take a tackle with leverage and acceleration, because you taking your shot, slowing them down, and if every other 10 guys are hunting, then he should be down. So again, it's on all of us. It's not just on whoever may have missed a tackle or didn't have a good play. We all supposed to have each other back out there. That's how defense is supposed to play. So
What do you,
go ahead.
what do you think is just the theme for explosive plays? Gus has been saying he really emphasized that throughout this season and even years past. That's what usually shifts our defense doing good to nothing.
Man, I just think, explosive plays, even when you watch NFL, college, it comes down to executing the scheme and tackling the space. If you watch any explosive plays, it's probably 2 or 3 missed tackles, or it's probably some miscommunication, blown coverage. So, again, that goes into the details. Again, that goes back to practicing the right good habits. And like I said, change behavior. That's the focus.
What about the guys in the room giving confidence that they can respond to this challenge?
We got those type of people. I think, look, there's been highs and lows of this season. I wish we were more consistent to this point thus far, and it wasn't such a night and day performance from our unit. But I think the reality of the situation is we've shown over and over again that we're willing to stand up and keep fighting together, and that's from all the way in the back end with Julian and Nick to the front with Big Grove, Quiddy, and Latu. So. And obviously me and Speed holding down the middle. So every man on this defense, when they step out here together, knows the task and know what we need to do. It's just committing to who we're going to be and who we want to be every single week, every single day, and just keep building on it.
You guys have had a lot of injuries to deal with. But I know there's no excuses coming from you. How important is it not to get caught up in that and just go out there and just play the ball that you talked about against Chicago and the Steelers you guys had?
Honestly, it's a part of the game. Me and Speed talked a lot, and just about, the beginning of the season, it'd be beautiful if you always was able to play with what your team looked like on paper, but that's just never the reality of a season. So that's why I think, the mentality of the team, mentality of the locker room shows up. And then the reality of the other team does not care who you don't have out there. They're not going to not run the ball because you don't got the full bucket. They're actually going to. So that's on the guys that take his spot to step up and make a play, and that's on the guys that we depend on to make just one more play. We don't got Kenny, we don't got Buck. That's a lot of plays that's not out there. That means somebody else got to make just one more play to make up for those guys not being out there. But hopefully we get a couple of those guys back in the next couple of weeks and start playing like the unit we know we're supposed to be.